Hey folks, Green Stuff Cav here. Back with something a little bit different this time. As you can see, we've got White Dwarf issue 500. Now this thing is really difficult to get a hold of, but the guys at the Warp were able to source me one. On top of that, we also have got the new White Dwarf Mini. Now I've got pretty much all of the White Dwarf Minis bar one, so I thought we'd go through the minis, then unbox this and have a look, as we can see here. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, White Dwarf is Games Workshop's monthly magazine. It's been going for 500 issues. And for a while, they did limited edition miniatures with the White Dwarf subscriptions. Now, thanks to a whole load of collecting, I've pretty much got all of them bar one. So I thought we'd go through them, have a quick look, and then open this new one. There's a lovely article in White Dwarf 500, as well as rules for using Grombrindal in a few games. But that's all floating around the internet, so I won't bore you with that. Now, they mentioned in the article there were 3 White Dwarf miniatures before they started doing White Dwarf miniatures. I'm only aware of one, which is the Rune Quest Dwarf, which they painted up as White Dwarf, which I've done here. Now, you see, they're all mounted on 32 mils because I wanted to play an Age Sigmar force, but can't be done. Anyway, they followed up in 96, which was one of the White Dwarfs, I think 200. This lovely little metal chap, who had rules and everything for Warhammer Fantasy, came on a little 20 mil square base. Now, I've put them all on themed bases. So this guy's got obviously a selection of gemstones. Lovely classic model. They followed up a few years later with, let me pull my notes up, 2004, White Dwarf issue 300. This lovely guy. Much characterful, but we can see things like the 3 braids have been there. The horned helm has been caloried. So there's a lot of inspiration. The only weird thing is this axe blade was separate on the mini. I presume for casting purposes, but another metal model. Now, for 30 years of White Dwarf, in 2007, they did this limited thing, which was the White Dwarf, Grombrindal, held aloft by Joseph Bugman and Gotrek Gurnason, the Slayer. They were put on obviously a bigger base because they wouldn't, no way they're going on a 32. But, and again, they've kept things like the 3 braids, the horned helm. Lovely. They put lovely cloak detail on, which hasn't appeared on any of the other ones. Yeah, really nice mini. Now, 2008, there was a miniature which I don't have. I haven't been able to get. It's basically the White Dwarf pointing. But we did follow up in 2009. I did get this one. This is the White Dwarf in a sort of space explorer get-up. And the Black Gobbo, who had a couple of issues of Black Goblin, but dressed as a Roswell alien, which is quite cool. You got like this servo arm to carry it. Again, lovely detail in. Very reminiscent, but not quite, of Squats. You got like this Pit Boy on there. That's cool. Just a sort of generic space miniature, really. Now, we followed up with the last, in 2010, the last of the metal White Dwarf models is this gyrocopter pilot who's lost his gyrocopter. You see, we still got the 3 braids. It's got this lovely Biggles-esque scarf. His prop. And a little bomb, as well as a bomber jacket, because it's a gyro bomber. Hey. Lovely, lovely model. Now they went on to resin with this really nice one in 2011 of a pirate, White Dwarf pirate, Grombrindal pirate, with parrot with a little pirate hat on, pop gun, aforementioned 3 braids, and these magazines. This chest with these magazines, which is really cool. In the White Dwarf article, they painted them up as issues of White Dwarf. So I've kind of tried to go for the catalogue look, but not quite there. Yeah, fantastic. Really, really nice. 2012, to follow up with the Lord of the Rings films, they did a Peter Jackson-esque White Dwarf. Again, we're still in resin. This the camera came with a great big tripod. You had a little chair with a clapperboard, but they just didn't fit on the base. So this is the base that he came with. Came with a big. So they're all designed to go on like 50mm bases. So I've cut them all down to fit on 32s, like runes on the film. It's quite cool. And my favourite came in 2013, which was a vampire hunter. Came with this lovely, lovely base and like a coffin that he was stood on with a vampire coming out of it. Although he came with a hammer and all the stats say he comes with an axe. So I've replaced it with an axe. But a flat end to the end off, so it can be used to hammer stakes in. And lovely, lovely long trench coat. Runes all across the collars. You might not be able to see, but these have highlighted, the gloves are highlighted in brown, whereas I've highlighted the black of the cloak. Yeah, definitely one of my favourites. Now, unusually, they followed up in 2016 with, this was listed as Grombrindal, but it was the same as the plastic Slayer character they did. Demon Slayer, I think. But so we can see it's only got like the 2 braids and the crazy two-hand weapons, as well as a massive base, which is definitely a bit of an odd choice. It did come with actual packaging that said it was Grombrindal, so and this has recently been released on the Games Workshop website because it's the same kit, literally. We had nothing for a while, but 2017 they did 40 Years of White Dwarf. This guy came with like a great big cake with the Black Dwarf poking out of it. But I actually moved him into my Blood Angel army, hence I've added a couple of Space Marine Apothecary bits, so he's the Apothecary in my Blood Angels. But again, comes with this really, really nice base. Sort of we can see there's some details that it's a mixture between Terminator armor and power armor at the time, because Primaris weren't a thing back then. But really unique. Quite cool. They also did a star player for Blood Bowl where you could play Grombrindal, and if you did, your opponent free got the Black Gobbo. Again, lovely that sculpt. They've gone for like the 3 braids, you know, this real intricate armor. Really matches with the current Blood Bowl dwarf team really nicely. It's really crazy hair as well. Then finally, in 2019, we had totally a Mechanicus White Dwarf. We can see we've got the 3 braids here, big old axe, loads of little details like the implants. This lovely spider very matches the one of the Magus models. Ironically, this one's plastic, I believe. It's been a while. So we got the servo arm coming out holding the axe up as well. And again, it came with the little black gobbo, but he'd been lobotomized into a servitor, which is quite a cool little detail. Yeah, like lovely look, all this sculpt on the face. Fantastic. And then they followed it up in 2024 with this guy. Again, I got this from the Warp. Really can't recommend those guys enough. Really good guys. Really helpful. So let's have a look. So it's the picture art we've seen everywhere. All the usual advertising gumph. And he's got a book out, a book featuring him. But we can see he's got like this lovely runic axe, the 3 braids, real nice scale armor. Yeah, so let's have a look and see what he looks like. I'll move these guys out of the way. So yeah, I'm just missing the 2008 guy who was pointing. Shame, but it doesn't seem to crop up much. That's a new kind of plastic. Or it might be, is I haven't really bought new Games Workshop for a while. Assembly instructions, no stats, you've got to buy White Dwarf for it, which is hilarious because it's out of stock everywhere. That's interesting. All this gumph on the base is all inbuilt. So I'm going to have to find a way of cutting that down. Yeah, really unusual sprue that. It's not the normal kind of sprue. And it all looks push fit. So what we're going to do is we're going to try push footing it together. So clippers, not too worried about the base because I'm going to be cutting that off. Now, one of the key things with Games Workshop plastics, we can see here, if you look from this side, that looks like it's a sprue channel. Look from this side, it's an actual connector. So it really is important to follow the instructions when doing modern miniatures. We use some out on the base at some point, but so I believe we're going to go drop that. Reach. So we're going to just go to there. Could read the instructions, but I ain't gonna. You're not the boss of me. There we are. Yeah, that's really nice. I've got a 32mm base here actually. Might go on a 32. I don't think any of the extra junk will. So what I might do, I don't know. Let's have a look. Big old chunk of tactical rock, as Games Workshop will want to do. Yeah, so he will just go, but I think that's going to be a bit of a waste. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a hacksaw, hack it down, and maybe look at, I don't know if any of that's worth putting on. So this is part of the thing I've often said when doing miniatures, is you can go overboard on the base. I think that's just going to be too much. It's going to detract from him. It's nice it'd be to have some like KSE and orc bits. I think it's going to be wasted. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a hacksaw, just hack that nice and flat, so he sits on a base on a 32. But no, that's a really nice model, really solid, crisp mini. Couple of bits tidy up, but not tons. I was going to paint this on camera, but I think this video is already long enough. If you do want to see me paint it though, certainly stick a comment down below. As per usual, really nice if you stick a like on, do the subscription, all the YouTubey things. But all in all, thanks for watching and have fun.